Good evening. My name is John. I'm going to answer some questions of the task 3 of the week 3. So let's begin with the question. Read the following reflective question. Answer the question from your own experience and the activities in the quiz. Record a video talk about how would Christina need to adapt her lesson with a group of learners. Looking for something that they are passionate about and adapt is a learning process, so they will be motivated to adapt to that lesson since they found it very fun. Using ICT as it draws their attention a lot in a natural way, we can take advantage of this interest and support them in new technologies to be able to make them adapt to the lesson in a positive and fun way. Okay, let's continue. The next question is, what other platform features might she want or need to exploit to make sure that the lesson met its objective? One of the characteristics that will be used will be student management, inscription, forums, student communities, virtual classroom, classroom reservation, content repository, tool that allow students to create their own content. Okay, the next question is, how will you deal with a weaker learner in a group lesson? What might you do to offer them support? In my case, I would energize these techniques that at the same time serve to support the student. Dramatization, subject grammar, role play or performance, simulation, rewind of ideas, forum disk, misrepresentation, and task tray. So the question is there a particular platform feature you could exploit? Share your ideas in the comment below. Invite the student to participate in social and cultural activities. In this way, the student will have positive interaction through work and personal development to further develop tolerance and acceptance of differences. So the question is what pronunciation challenge do your learners typically face? Confusion with gender. Spaniards get more confused with words like him or her because the pronoun su in Spanish represent both the masculine and the feminine. Spell in Spanish words are pronounced exactly the same as how they sound. Shortened contractions. Spanish native speakers often forget to finish pronouncing contraction like don't or won't, and we say don't or won't. Literal translation. A common mistake occurs when an English learner says, I agree, instead of I agree, because they translate to literally how it is said in Spanish. Net. How might you help them with those challenges in a one-to-one lesson? He will use these techniques to improve his pronunciation, immersion, distributed practice, practice absence, social learning, teaching cards, implied learning, etc. Next, think of a writing lesson you teach face to face. How do you think you might need to adapt it when teaching online? I would use these activities to encourage the use of ICT in the classroom, digital books, and distinction of sources. A student need to be taught to compare sources and differentiate academic text from their own opinions. Mathematics playing, conference and talk distance, questionnaires to study and learn in a group, audiovisual and graphic art with mobile phones, etc. Next, what speaking activities do you often include in your face-to-face lesson? In your face-to-face lesson, concentric circles. In two lines of concentric circles, the teacher asks a question and they talk about for 2 or 5 minutes the back or good of 10th papers with many topics or questions are put in a bucket, travel, work, free time, etc. Analog WhatsApp. In pairs, they speak writing and, uh, and at the end, allow they share the end of the conversation. 10 questions to know you better. Focus activities for the first day of class ever are useful, original, funny, and curious questions are proposed to get to know each other better. Next question. Do you think this can be used in an online lesson? Yes. That is what a video conference platform are for, since their objective is to give a video conference. How might how much you need to adapt them? Teaching them how ICT works. How might an online teacher deliver feedback on a learner's writing in an online content? For that is the Padlet to write your doubt. Net question. How easy or difficult did you find real-time error correction? Why? It was very easy for me to learn. It's since it is a type of error correction mechanism that allow its correction in the receiver without retransmission of the original information. Which which of the digital tools to develop writing skills do you think your online learners would find useful? Why? Google Apps, Twitter, Skype, YouTube, Evernote, Dropbox, Edmodo, ClassDojo, because they are free tools and they are very easy to use and fun at the same time. So the next question is go to Padlet number 1. I did it and I put in Padlet number 1 this. Wait a minute. In pattern number 1, I put hello, my name is Johnny, and I would like to investigate more about this important Skype tool since I don't know much about how to use it, since it is an important platform for a video conference. Then, and the last question is which of the tools studied this week do you think would be most helpful to your online learners for developing pronunciation? Why? For me, Edmodo, because it is an education and learning platform that allows communication between teachers, students, and families through a close and private environment in which you can interact and participate and collaborate. Thank you for listening. That's all for me.